Establishing video uplink.
Welcome to this training simulation, Commander. I'm Kiersey James, and I'm going to be helping you along as you progress. This scenario will help you get familiar with both the basic and the advanced concepts of our command and control system.
Throughout your training, you will use training stations to activate different sections of the training mission. Simply move your cursor over a training station and press A to select that section. You may interrupt a training station by selecting it again while it is running. After a few seconds, the station will reset and be ready for you to reselect the section. There are 4 major sections to the Tiberium Wars heads-up display. The mini-map is located in the bottom left corner of the screen. It allows you to keep track of your units and structures in all locations on the battlefield. It also displays important information, like your power meter and credits. The tab bar is to the right of the mini-map. The tab bar is inactive until you pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. The tab bar allows you to manage your build queues without having to manually select a structure on the battlefield. It also gives access to groups and powers. The selection portrait to the right of the tab bar indicates your current selection. The command bar opens horizontally when you expand the interface. You'll find all of your commands here, from building units and structures to using a unit's abilities. You can reference your objectives at any moment if you're having trouble figuring out what to do next. To access your objectives, press back. There are 2 types of objective markers. The yellow objective markers are primary objectives that you must complete in order to finish the mission. The green arrows are bonus objectives. Completing all the bonus objectives will unlock all the medals and ribbons available for that mission. If you ever need to know what a particular button, unit, or structure does, place the cursor over the object and a tooltip will appear. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station covers camera movement, zoom, and rotation. To pan the camera, move the left stick up, down, left, or right. Move the camera in any direction now. There are 4 major sections to the Tiberium Wars heads-up display. The mini-map is located in the bottom left corner of the screen. It allows you to keep track of your units and structures in all locations. This station covers camera movement, zoom, and rotation. To pan the camera, move the left stick up, down, left, or right. Move the camera in any direction now. This station covers camera movement, zoom, and rotation. To pan the camera, move the left stick up, down, left, or right. Move the camera in any direction now. To zoom the camera in or out, move the right stick up or down. Zoom the camera now. To rotate the camera, move the right stick left or right. Try rotating the camera now. To reset the camera to the default setting, click the right stick. Reset the camera now. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station teaches some basic methods for selecting your units. Highlight these soldiers by placing your cursor over them. While your cursor is over the soldiers, press A to select them. The soldiers are now selected. Notice that your currently selected units have a rope around their feet to indicate that they're selected. Some units, like these riflemen, come in squads that are selected as a group when you press A on any of them. You can select all of your units on screen by holding the left trigger and then pressing A. Try selecting all of your units on screen now. Nicely done, Commander. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This section will teach you how to move your units. Select these units. Now place your cursor over open ground and notice that the cursor changes. This means that you may issue a move command. Press A to issue a move command next to the smoke signal.
Rendezvous point confirmed.
Great job! Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to issue attack commands. Select these soldiers. Now move your cursor over those enemy Nod soldiers and notice that the cursor changes. This means that you may issue an attack command against these units. Press A while the cursor is over the Nod soldiers. Your soldiers will move in and attack them until they're eliminated. When in range, your units will attack enemy units automatically. They will not, however, automatically target structures. You must issue an attack command to destroy those. Have your units destroy that Nod power plant by issuing an attack command on the structure.
Light them up.
Well done. The attack move command is used to make units move to a location, but stop to attack every enemy they encounter on the way. This differs from a normal move command, which will ignore every enemy unit along the way. To give these units an attack move command, select them, and then double tap A over open ground near those Nod soldiers to send your units on a path of destruction.
Make a push. Enemy in range. Engage. Enemy in range.
Good work. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. Your collection of structures is referred to as your base. This section teaches the basics of base construction. The vehicle moving into view is an MCV. An MCV allows you to build the structures that will form your base. Select the MCV. To unpack your MCV, press and hold the right trigger. This expands your interface. Use left or right on the D-pad to reach the unpack command in the command bar. Now press A on the unpack command. Now that the MCV is unpacked, you have established ground control and can place additional structures anywhere within your build radius. Pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. The command bar is now open. Press left or right on the D-pad to navigate to the power plant icon. Now press A on the power plant icon. The structure is now being built. Every structure has a build time before it can be placed on the battlefield. Notice the tab bar is flashing. Your building is now ready. Pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. Now select the flashing tab. A blueprint of the structure appears under your cursor in the middle of the screen. The building can now be placed anywhere within your build radius. Press A to place the building. To return to your base at any time, click the left stick. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This section teaches you how to build the units that will fight for you. Select the barracks, and then pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. Use left or right on the D-pad to find the Rifleman Squad icon in the command bar. Now press A to begin building a squad of riflemen. You may queue up additional squads by pressing the A button again. Queue up an additional 2 squads. When one squad is completed, the next squad will begin to build. You can also access your build queues through the tab bar. The advantage of the tab bar is the ability to queue up units while you are out on the battlefield. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to set a building to be your default building structure. This means when you build through the tab bar, the unit will come out of the building you set to be the default. For instance, here we have 2 barracks. Choose one of the barracks and select it. Now pull and hold the right trigger to expand the interface. Then use left or right on the D-pad to find the Set Default icon. Now press A on the icon. The barracks you selected is now the default building structure for infantry. Expand the interface by pulling and holding the right trigger and queue up some soldiers through the tab bar.
Training.
Notice that the soldiers you've created come out of the barracks that you set as your default. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you about upgrades and abilities. Units receive upgrades when you research them at buildings such as the Armory. Select the Armory and then expand the interface. Note the various upgrades in its command bar. Press A on the Composite Armor upgrade. The upgrade is now being researched. Select your rifleman and note that the upgrade is now indicated in the selection portrait. Good job, Commander. The riflemen now have the Composite Armor upgrade. Zone Troopers have a Jump Jet ability. This ability allows them to jump across impassable terrain. Select the Zone Troopers and then expand the interface. Press A on the Jump Jet ability in the command bar beyond the ravine.
What's the call? Punch it!
Your Zone Troopers were able to cross impassable terrain using this ability. Many units have abilities that are listed in the command bar. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to execute special commands. Certain units perform special commands other than attacking. This engineer, for example, cannot attack structures, but is able to perform other unique actions. Select the engineer. Now place your cursor over the damaged power plant. Notice you get a different cursor indicating the engineer can enter and repair the structure. Press A on the damaged GDI power plant to command your engineer to enter the building and repair it. The engineer is lost in the process, and the power plant is repaired. The engineer can also capture an enemy building. Press right on the D-pad to cycle through your special units. The first selection will be your commando, if you have one. Every unit after that will be one of your engineers. Try it now. Select the engineer. Press A on the enemy NOD power plant to command your engineer to enter the building and capture it. The NOD power plant is now yours. Many units can perform actions other than attacking in certain situations. Look for special cursors that indicate these special commands. Nicely done, Commander. This station will teach you how to use powers. Certain buildings provide you with powers that can be used on the battlefield. You must spend credits to use these powers. The GDI airfield allows you to utilize the Orca bombing run power. To use your powers, expand the interface, select the Powers tab, and find the Orca bombing run power. Once your power is highlighted, your cursor on screen changes to a targeting blueprint. This lets you select where you want to fire your power. Move the targeting blueprint over that NOD structure, and then press A to use the power.
Building offline. Building online. Building offline. Building online.
This station will teach you how to use powers. Certain buildings provide you with powers that can be used on the battlefield. You must spend credits to use these powers. The GDI airfield allows you to utilize the Orca bombing run power. To use your powers, expand the interface, select the Powers tab, and find the Orca bombing run power. Once your power is highlighted, your cursor on screen changes to a targeting blueprint. This lets you select where you want to fire your power. Move the targeting blueprint over that nod structure, and then press A to use the power.
Building online. Building offline. Building online.
Coordinates received. Stand by for bombing.
Notice the bombing run power is able to damage enemy structures without you needing to jeopardize your units. The ability will go through a cooldown period before it's available again. Press left on the D-pad to cycle through and select powers. The selected power will show up in the selection portrait, and its targeting blueprint will appear on the ground. Try it now. Move the targeting blueprint over that nod structure, and then press A to use the power.
Confirmed. Airstrike's on its way.
Nicely done, Commander. Continue your training by selecting the next training station. This station will teach you how to create groups. Groups are a combination of units or structures that you create in order to manage your army effectively. To begin creating a group, select these units. Expand the interface, move to the Groups tab, and open its command bar. Now find an empty group icon and then press and hold A. You have created a group. To select it again, just find that group's icon and press A. Press up on the D-pad to select and cycle through your groups. Notice that the selection portrait changes as you cycle through them. Press down on the D-pad to make your current selection a group in the next available slot. You can use groups to combine similar or diverse units depending on your strategic needs. As with the tab bar, one of the advantages of groups is the ability to select units and issue commands from any location on the battlefield. Now that you've learned the basics, let's try a small battle to test what you've learned. Welcome to the practice battle, Commander. This station will walk you through a practice battle against enemy forces. Begin by moving over to the MCV we have supplied you. Nod forces will waste no time trying to wipe you out, so establish ground control by unpacking your MCV. Construct a power plant and build a barracks as soon as possible.
New construction options. Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here.
Now build a mixed group of infantry from your barracks, some riflemen and some missile squads. You may use this mixed group to scout the opponent's base to the north.
Training.
Rifle squad ready.
Now it's time to establish your economy. Build a refinery to harvest nearby Tiberium. Tiberium is a resource that brings in credits to fund your operations. Be careful not to let your infantry units near Tiberium. It is highly toxic and will damage them.
Incoming transmission.
Defeating an opponent will often involve destroying important structures in their base. Knowing the function of each structure will help focus your strategy.
I got their codes.
Pay attention.
I got their codes. Everything's ready. Am I covered? Engineer reporting
Rifle
in.
squad ready. Keep your weapon ready. Rifle squad
You can
ready.
reference your objectives at any moment if you're having trouble figuring out what to do next. To access your objectives, press back.
Squad ready. Yes, sir. Squad ready.
You can select all of your units on screen by holding the left trigger and then pressing A.
Silos needed. Building. Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. New construction options. Training.
People ready for action. People ready for action. People ready for action. People ready for action.
Predator rolling out. Predator rolling out.
Everything's ready.
Predator rolling out.
Let's go to work.
Where they hiding?
Predator rolling out.
Who we getting?
We hear you.
So where's the action? Come on!
Predator rolling out. Predator ready for battle. We hear you. Tank division. Predator. We hear you. Predator rolling out. Tank division.
People ready for action.
Proceeding to target.
Unit under attack.
Cleared for engagement. Proceeding to target.
Incoming transmission.
Infantry can be garrisoned in civilian structures to provide added defense. Use your infantry to garrison buildings in critical locations on the battlefield.
Reporting in. Approaching enemies.
Silos needed. Incoming transmission.
Tech structures are neutral buildings that can be used by all sides in a conflict. The engineer can capture tech structures like Tiberium spikes, which will provide you an additional source of income.
Unit under attack. Unit lost.
It's all ready. Prepping control codes.
We have contact. Entering combat zone.
Route support. Fire!
Building captured. Bonus objective complete.
Engineer reporting in. I'll hide him there for now.
Training.
I got their codes.
Bonus objective complete.
I can figure it out. I got their codes. I'll find a way inside. Everything's ready. Just give me a sec to get in there. Should be safe in there. I see it. I'm on my way.
Silos needed.
Loaded and ready. Proceeding to target.
Unit under attack.
Fire zone confirmed.
Building captured. Training.
Congratulations, Commander. The Nod Army is defeated. Congratulations. You've completed your training. You can always revisit the boot camp to refresh your memory.